Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Hustle and Grind podcast. I'm Eniola, and I'm joined here today with my co-host, Ezinne.
This is a podcast where we bring to you the dreams, the goals, the vision, and the process on how to make you a young millionaire as a Nigerian youth in this economy.
Together, we are bringing you unfiltered conversations about building the life you want, from ambition to action. So if you're tired of just dreaming and you want to really start doing, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Ezinne, what are we discussing today?
So you know this thin line that exists and occurs on how people are being very ambitious about the things they want to do, and then they're not balancing, and then there is this steep, you're more of work than more of your social life, and stuff like that. And we call it the hustler's paradox. Have you heard of that concept before? But that's a lot of things that plagues a whole lot of young people. So what can you tell us about the hustler's paradox from your own perspective and understanding?
I think the hustlers paradox is basically about how hustlers or business owners, maybe people that are trying to do anything at all, the way they balance their grind and then they balance self-care and maybe social life and everything in between. Maybe what other people call work-life balance. That's what the hustlers paradox is basically about, in my own experience or what I understand.
But then to add to that definition, I feel like it has more to do with the tension. Yes, you're working, but then you're not balancing with the normal thing when they tell you, oh, you go to school for school to pass through, and you pass through school, but then you're going to school, but the school is not passing through because you're just focused on this is what I'm doing. There is no balance between, oh, this is work, this is my social life, this is when I'm supposed to enjoy my mental health. But come to think of it, how did they expect us to do that in this economy?
I don't know, with everything that's going on in the world, Nigeria, today, anything that was 100 naira today is already 500 naira, and now you have to struggle to keep up. If you were earning 100 naira, you have to struggle to keep up to earn 500 naira, and it's not easy to go from 100 to 500 in 1 month or 3 months. Is not an easy task. So the whole hustlers project has become more difficult for young people, especially people who are just starting out for the first time. People are just getting into entrepreneurship or any kind of hustle for the first time. It has become more difficult because everything is now more expensive, and now you have to balance life, you have to balance work, and you have to,
couple
on top of
with the
everything.
pressure that comes in as a young person. When you see your mates posting things on Instagram, going for trips to Maldives and those rest places, and you're like, am I also doing the same hustle? Am I also a girl like them? Do you know what I'm saying? And then you're not trying to put that pressure on yourself that you're not doing enough, thereby forsaking the other aspect of your life. Because imagine working 24 hours in a day and then you only have little to show for it, and then your friend that is doing 2 hours is having over 100 profit. And it's not even easy being a young person in Nigeria at the moment. Trust me, it's disastrous, it's torturous, it's whatever you can think it to be. And you see your mates or people younger than you on Instagram posting stories, and then you're like, are you a spoon?
Yeah. Then you see their story highlights. You see their story highlights, and you see the countries. You see Maldives, you see France, you see Egypt, you see different places on their Instagram story, and then you are just there somewhere in Bagada or Ikeja all your life without moving
Bagada,
anywhere.
Mushi, are looking for money to drink Pepsi. Do you know what you're talking about? So
Yeah.
I feel like that whole concept of the hustler's paradox is something a lot of us are really, really into, because we tend to focus on the negative aspect of what we do. We don't see it as, when I take work, I need to rest. We're like, it has to be hustle, hustle, hustle. If you don't sit on your system, why would you sleep 8 hours a day? I don't know for those people, but me, I'm sleeping 8 to 10 hours. I don't care what nobody says. I just have to sleep my
my
sleep.
8 hours. My 8 hours are very important to me.
Exactly. And then
I can't
somebody
sacrifice.
comes, and one thing I have come to understand is that all those people that come out as motivational speakers and inspirational speakers, like, if you want to be successful, you need to sleep 2 hours in a day, 3 hours in a day. These people are not telling those guys that when they were their age, them too were sleeping 8 hours. It's like a subsequent years of practice that your body has just adjusted to 3 hours. It's not like telling somebody, once you clock 20 and you don't have 100 million naira in your account, you are doing bad. You don't need to sleep. Some people don't it's just so crazy. And subconsciously we're putting ourselves in that because we're doing what we're supposed to do at the expected time. And we are now forsaking the major thing that actually matters. Because
Mm.
imagine falling sick. How are you now going to, trade your crypto? How are you going to go out to hustle on the streets? How are
So,
you going to,
so,
talk to people,
but,
market your business or
yeah,
something? Do you
it's
get
why
what
they
I'm
say,
saying?
yes, it's why they say health is like the real wealth, because over hustling in quotes is actually very dangerous. People don't understand it, but it causes a lot of like problems in people's body, and you can actually over hustle and not make money. There are people that they hustle,
That
hustle, hustle, and they
that
don't make
in
enough.
particular,
Yeah. So I think most
there
people
is
just,
there is nothing as
yes.
painful as that.
I think most people they just focus on like the work rather than the output. Do you understand? They just ensure they are busy instead of being productive. They focus on, they just want to know that they are doing something, doing something, doing something. And even though that thing
Yeah.
does not bring out anything meaningful, they just keep putting it at the expense of other important things in life. We often just think life is about the money and how big everything has to be for you,
The
like
money
how,
is important though. Please make emphasis on the fact that the money is important, but it's not
yeah,
everything, but it's important.
of course,
Yes.
money is important. Money can buy many things, except like health and relationships. But money is super important as well. But most people we just
Wait,
like to,
hold up, wait, chill. Before you continue, are you trying to throw shades here? Because this is where we're telling people on how to, break out of a paradox. I are like throwing shades at single people.
I'm
Like,
just
what's
saying,
wrong with you, bro?
I'm just saying you can have all the money and not be in a relationship and not even find a good woman or a good man. So I'm just saying my own. So if you're single, isn't it? I'm sorry for you. One day you'll find your own person. You just one of the yeah. So I think money is important, of course. Everybody believes money is important. Anybody that thinks money is not important or tells you money is not important, I think they're just lying to you. They're just trying to make themselves feel good for not making enough money. But money is super important. It's necessary, in fact. And it's just that it's not important to sacrifice like your health or relationships. I mean, meaningful relationships now at the expense of money. Because for example, if you lack sleep, if you lack good diet, the stress will take over your body, and most people die early enough, and they don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of their heart. And the hustling, we glorify hustle culture so much in Nigeria because the average Nigerian youth is doing like things. They're into crypto, they're into e-commerce, they're selling on WhatsApp, they are trading phones, they're trading laptops, and on top
Anyway,
of
anyway,
everything, they're
as far
farming
as you bring
endurance.
money,
Yeah, the hustle culture, the but one thing I often don't believe in is that there is a need for a work life balance. Somehow I don't subscribe to that. I don't know. But I don't know. The whole hustle culture or over hustling is not something I buy into. Even though I'm a hustler myself and I like to work. But I also believe that we should make life like interesting. Life should be fun. What do you think? What do you think about like the whole hustle culture and over hustling? What do you think? What are like the dangers you feel, the things that makes it not worth it, the negative effects of over hustling or the hustle culture?
one thing I've come to know about over hustling or like, putting a lot of work into trying to make this money or get this money is we tend to lose ourselves over the couple
Yeah,
period of time because
true.
I'm somebody who enjoys reading. So if I have to work 15 hours in a day, by the time I'm coming back, I'm coming to eat and crash. I'm not going to pick up a book
No
because I
time for
want
your
to read.
own.
I
True.
don't have time for my hobbies. I don't have time to, enjoy the things I naturally do enjoy. So one thing over hustling does is that it removes you totally from your life. It
Yeah.
chips chipping away till everything that makes you you is at a dormant space in your life. And I don't feel like that's really worth it. I just feel like a lot of us should just learn how to work smart and not, trick your head. You trick your head though. Over hustling just doesn't do it for you every time. Sometimes you
Yeah.
want to hang out with friends. Now let's take example of a Nigerian youth right now. You go to work Monday to Friday.
Mhm.
Friday that and Saturday that is supposed to be for chilling, hang out with your friends, stay indoors, do this. You're like, okay, let me hang out today. Or you go and hang out, you now see the money that you spent. You be like, share for not just day my house. Then next week when it happens, you'll be like,
Yeah.
make I dey my house. And then you're in your house and you're like trying to rest and gather enough energy for the following week's work. And then Monday is here again and you're back at it again. You're spending over 70 hours at work. How many hours do you have time to rest? Do you have time to eat? Do you have time to, just love people around you the way they want to be loved? That is one thing. It just chips bits and pieces of your life away. And then you get to experience this burnt out version of yourself. You feel like you're no longer creative. You can't think up new ideas. You're having a writer's block. You're having a
True,
creative block.
true.
Everything
And
about you just,
it makes you less productive. Yes.
it makes you
After
less productive because for every time you get, you're like trying to accomplish a task when you're supposed to be resting to give yourself that time to digest the fact that you're doing this before you move into that. But then you're doing a lot of things at a lot of time. You're going for singing competition. You are doing crypto. You are doing forex. You are doing graphic
job,
designer. You are
permanent
doing this.
you're in tech, you're writing code,
You are just
you're,
doing everything,
you're selling
and you're
phone.
just one person with a brain. You're going to be burnt out. There is just no how, and then it makes you lose passion for that thing you really love. Even if
Yeah.
you're actually doing that to make money, you just realize that is this thing really worth it? And then you just know that at the long run, you're just doing this thing just because of the money that is there, not just because you enjoy it. If I'm told to be an artist today, I sing, I'll gladly accept.
You can sing.
But if I have to do
Sing.
it every
Let's see if you will
see,
make
I
it
don't want people to fall in love with me. I don't want people to fall in
Sing
love
one
with me.
song.
This
Let's see
why
if you will
came
make
out
that
to make money.
You say sing one song. Sing one song. Let's see if let me which song can you sing?
Yeah, which song do you want me to do?
Sing Jealous Fireboy. Just the chorus.
Oh baby, I'm getting jealous. Don't wanna see you with anybody. Oh, I'm getting jealous already.
Okay. I think
Okay,
I
so
think
back to what I was saying before
wait,
you
wait.
wanted to use
Let me
fall
judge
in
your
love with.
music. Let me judge your song. I think you have a chance of making it if you partner with Thames, but well, who am I to judge? You tried. I'll give you 7.5 over 10. 7.5
It's
over
supposed to
10.
be a 10/10, bro, because it was impromptu singing.
It's still 7.5 over 10. That's what we are talking
Yeah,
about.
because it's not-
Whenever they call you to do your odds, you have to do it right. Or are you burnt out? That why you not get 10 over 10. Are you facing burnout?
actually be like it be like it's like I'm
I
tired.
understand. Yeah, I understand. So continue,
So as I
continue.
was saying before Dada decided to make you guys fall in love with me, yeah, obviously. So if I were to be an artist and then I can't create music when I want to create it, I actually have to do it according to the record label, the management. Even when I don't feel like it, I have to be in the studio. Eventually, I'm just doing this thing for the money, for me to,
Yeah, actually.
have shows, sell tickets so that people become my fan. I'm no longer doing it from a place of, oh, I really love this thing. Let me just, create music to, do
But,
it.
but,
And then
but,
there is a really thin
but do you
line
feel a lot of
from
people
being
say
passionate about something and just doing
that,
something for money.
yeah, but do you feel like a lot of people keep saying passion is overrated? Do you think it's overrated?
Passion is not overrated as far as you channel it into the right source.
Can you explain that?
A lot of people are passionate about things that don't really profit them. Let's take for instance the Davido and Wizkid fans. Well, they give more streams to the musicians. I applaud them for their dedication and passion about it. A lot of people need to do that. No, a lot of people need to do that for these artists to actually sell. But come to think of it, how often are you putting energy into these people that don't actually know you? You're helping them sell their song, you're helping them make more money, but how does it benefit you? You're passionate about something in the wrong direction.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. But if I were an artist and somebody is not passionate about my music, or somebody cannot like obsess over my music, do you think my music will really sell? So I think to an
It
extent
is,
the
to an extent,
passionate
they
fans
help.
are noble. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
They
trying to say.
help. But now
Just
I'm
that
talking of the individual in question.
okay,
You
you
as
mean like if they are putting their passion for an artist over their like personal life
yeah,
and
because most of these
growth.
people you meet, I've had a conversation with somebody. I feel like to an extent, maybe it's because of her age. She's like this early 20s kid. She just clocked 2021. So her mind is still within this confinement of, oh, I just need to love an artist. My daddy is going to give me the money and all. We that we have been hustling for ourselves before,
Yeah.
before we entered the 20. Yeah, you'll be looking at it like, do I need to like, market this artist? There's a reason why the artist have a PR team. That's not
Yeah.
my job.
That's
I'm
actually
thinking
true.
of, how to make money from this. So yeah, passion is actually that driven force for what you actually want to do. You need to be passionate about that thing you do. And a lot of us young people get into things that we just feel like, I feel like it's just going to give me money. Let me just do this thing because it's going to give me money. It's not
Yeah,
because I
and
really
that
like
thing,
this thing.
that thing is not really the best way to go because I've been there a lot of times. You will realize that if you get into something because you just want to like make the money out of it, you find out that by the time you try the thing for like 3 months or 6 months and it doesn't make any money, you just drop it and get into another thing. And most things,
Exactly.
most businesses, most projects, most things from my experiences, the fact that for the first 3 or 6 months, you will most likely not earn anything, even sometimes a year. And most times, the only thing that succeed are the things that you were most passionate about, the things that you waited. That's why you see sometimes you and somebody can start the same thing at the exact same time. And then when you give up, you just realize that the person started making money from it. And you will be like, maybe you are not called for it. Meanwhile, you are not just patient and passionate enough for it. The person is inside it
Yeah.
because the person drew a lot of it. And then you just wanted to make money. You found out that you did not make a lot of money or enough money within
And
the
then
first
you're
week.
like moving
So,
out
yeah,
of it
just
because it's
jump
not
to the next.
doing it for
But
you.
the
So
whole, the
one
whole
thing that kind
thing
of
is,
like,
hmm? Yeah, I think the whole also culture, the reason why people are trying to me, personally, I feel like it's a social media peer pressure kind of thing. That people are
yeah,
now,
social media is
yeah,
a lot at this point because one might see Diana Energy flying to Greece and everything week in, week out. And I'm
yeah. People want to live that life. People also want that life for themselves because every day you go on social media, you're seeing like people have created stories, even like the sweet love, the sweet traveling, the sweet business. My business made so amount of money, or somebody traveled to this place,
yeah,
somebody flew to this place. So people want that kind of life. So social media puts it in your face now. It's like directly in your face that this is
but
what
you know
somebody
that
else is doing.
to an extent, social media has actually made us kind of mediocre because we feel like this kind of life we deserve.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
online, you see
we,
celebrities,
we,
and you're
don't,
like,
we
this is
don't
the
want
life
to
I
earn it.
deserve.
We don't want to
And
earn
you
it, feel
know, those people
entitled
do
to
not post
it
about
to
the
an
times
extent.
that they went bankrupt or the times that what word am I even looking for? Or the times that the business dropped or it failed or when they weren't even getting clients or something like that. Nobody posts about that on Instagram. Maybe they may give a brief history, brief, very brief. But from like the second slide towards the end, it's all the trips, the meeting business people, the take off, the this, the that. And it's just always so annoying and frustrating that those things actually tend to happen. It's always very, very much frustrating. So I just feel like a lot of people just need to learn to, be able to see life from the lens of life than from the lens of other people towards life. There's this thin line between reality and a lie.
Yeah.
So we should know how to separate the reality of this from the reality of someone else's life through that person's lens. And that's where the hustler paradox comes in because a lot of people are like, oh, once you have the money, you've made it. Nobody will stress you again. But what about your mental health?
Yeah, it made me remember this particular song lyrics. I think it's from J. Cole or something. And I forgot the song, Love Yours. He said, the good news is that you came a long way, but the bad news is that you went the wrong way. So a lot of people are at the end of the day, you find out that you've made all everything, but you're not still fulfilled in yourself. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you made all the money, but you just still feel some level of fulfillment, just to feel any personal success. Because eventually, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to ask anybody for how many houses you built or how many cars you rode or the money in your bank account. The only thing you care about are the people around you and the experiences you made along the way. But sometimes money too helps to make this. experience because
experience.
yeah,
You get, if my man is taking me to Maldives, my dear, it's a picture on my phone forever. My man took me here,
yeah,
for our
actually,
second month anniversary. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So we're
yeah,
not saying that
that's
money
exactly why
is
it's a
not an
paradox.
important factor.
Hmm.
We're not saying money is not an important factor. We're just saying that money shouldn't be the only thing you seek out in life. Like,
Yes,
there should be a very complete, effective balance between work, between hustling, and between your actual life. Because I read in a book where someone said real you is actually the you that is in your room. The you that comes home every day and just stays on your own. That's just who you basically are. So aside the whole money and everything, there are days you come into your house and you break down and you cry. That's you. But let that tears be a motivating factor of, pushing to get what you want, but not losing yourself in the process of getting what you want.
yeah, real actually, very real. Like if somebody is in this paradox, as we say, or what do we call it? Yeah, we call it a paradox. A paradox that we want to make money, but then we also want to make a good life for ourselves. Want to have a good balanced life with people we love and doing the things we love. But then, how do we find this balance to make money and then to have a good life? Because sometimes to make money, you need to sacrifice your time, and then to make time, you need to sacrifice money to an extent, to some extent, even though it's not always the same way. But I feel like the best people are people that are living the best life are those people that are like living the life they want, following their passion. And it's very funny because somebody said, I read one place that if you want to make small money, very little money, follow your passion. But if you want to make enough money, follow what makes money. But if you want to make a load of money, a truckload of money, like if you want to be ultra wealthy, follow your passion. So it's a I don't know how to
I feel like that statement or those statements are very much objective,
yeah.
but then subjective to the person. So if somebody feels like, oh, I don't need to follow this music thing fully, I could just, be at the background and just do my one or two because I feel like music is just like a side hustle. You get to find out that you can't make much money as somebody who takes music as a full hustler.
Okay. Yeah,
It's going to be
actually
different
true.
because your mind is kind of occupied with other things. So I totally agree with the third statement. If you want to make a truckload of money, follow that thing you want passionately. And if you're passionate about four things, do the four things. Be passionate about it. But when you need to take a break, I'm an advocate of, if the world is getting hard, you don't need to make your life harder. Just go inside, take a break, sleep. When people come and tell me, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I feel so burnt out and I feel so stressed, I tell them, see, do you know the best advice I'll give you? Off your phone, go off social media, go and sleep. Take 1 week for yourself. Take as long as you need to take. Don't take excessively before you lose out. But it's not like you're losing out, but take that break. Sleep, eat, play music, dance in your room. Have fun in the best way you know how to have fun.
Yeah.
Life is all about work, work, work. Meet people. I'm talking to myself in this meeting people, but I will try my best because
See,
the sun is
I can't
melting.
get to meet people because I don't know. I don't have that. Should I call this strength now or courage? Just meet new people. Most of the people I know in my life are people I've
I
known
think most
for a
times
long
it's because
time.
I'm not interested.
I don't
It's just
feel
not something, because by the time you're hearing somebody talk, you just be like, is this what I really want to be friends with?
yeah,
And then
true.
you're like, a lot of people are into this hustle paradox. Like, we've subconsciously and consciously, intentionally and unintentionally put ourselves
Yeah.
in this paradox. So what strategies do you think are advisable for one to bring oneself out of it? Like those things
Yeah.
you can do to take yourself out of the whole equation and just, have this normal life as a young person who is hustling and enjoying the things of life too.
Yeah. I think the a major problem with the Osler paradox is that most people try to like balance work and life. And while I think it's noble, but the that's where the mistake come from. That's like the genesis of the whole error is that we like, try to balance work. We think work is like this and life is like this, but they are supposed to be like one big box. And what do I mean? If you do work that you enjoy, it's going to feel like your life. Do you understand? Your work is also your life. Your work is your career. Your relationship is your life. Everything about life is life. There should be no balancing personal life and work life. There should be just one thing, and that is life. So what I think is that the problem with also paradox is that people don't focus on the things that actually that bring out the output. For example, there's this principle. I don't know if you read about it. Pareto's principle. That's the 80-20 rule. That 80% of your result is gotten from 20% of your action. You understand? Like 80%, you can do.
Somewhere, but I really do not understand it. So can you like throw more light? Obviously, after I give us your answer.
Okay, I can even start now because, like, let's say most people, if you are a business owner now, you can do content marketing, you can do graphic design, you can try to do SEO, you can build websites, you can do everything. But then you find out that the thing that is actually bringing if you do 10 things, you find out that the thing that is bringing 80% of your income is actually maybe two things, maybe like Facebook ads and maybe your product reviews finished. Then every other thing that you're doing is just too much excessiveness or on they are necessary, but they are not things you should focus too much time on. If when you figure out like these are the two things out of 10 that are bringing 80% of the result, that are bringing 80% of the income, the idea is just to focus on the two things, put most of your strength on the two things, and then the remaining eight things you either delegate or spend less time on them. And another problem is that people are people are trying to balance work and life, and they think when they can find this balance, they'll really be happy. But then there's never a balance. It's like I've found out that there's never a balance. It's impossible. So people think they should be work and there should be life, but it's just one thing. So I think people should just try to not to switch that mindset. Do you understand? If you see work as something separate, I see life as something separate, you'll have to always be in work mode or
We should
life
just come
mode.
to like the mindset of general form of life. This is life. Work is
Yeah,
a level of life. Social, going
exactly.
out, relationships, everything just has to do with life. So it's not about
Yeah,
you separating the
exactly.
picking money parts from your well-being or your life. That makes perfect
Yeah,
sense. And I think
yes.
another thing that can work for a strategy that can work for us has to do with individualism, like knowing
Mm,
what works for us, like the
exactly.
best option for you. Don't need to use someone's template. Yeah, someone's template can be a guide. Totally agreed
Mm,
with that. But you are not somebody, you're you. So what works for
yeah,
Mr. A
exactly.
doesn't work for you. What works for Mr. B doesn't work for you. And if for
Honestly,
this reason, maybe there are similarities into what works for Mr. A and C and B is similar to what works for you, it doesn't mean like
mm,
the end product or the process are going to be the same. So I just feel like a
yeah,
lot of us need to know who we are first and what works for us, then pick templates that we can actually work with, and then formulate our own plan in this kind of thing. And I will also say a lot of us are putting pressure on ourselves. You'll be hearing someone is 22 and is having high blood pressure, and you're wondering
yeah.
what are you thinking about? You don't
Mhm.
have kids, you don't have this,
It's
you don't have that. It's just life.
yes, yes. It's easier to like balance the whole thing. It's easier to live a good life when you do like work that excites you. So that most people are just counting down to the weekends actually. They're just waiting for the weekend and they will rinse and repeat, wait for the weekend. You understand? So people people just need to do work that excites you. That Monday feels great, Tuesday feels great, Friday feels great, Saturday and Sunday feel like just added days of the week. Do you understand? So instead of counting down to the weekend, just enjoy it. Do
Okay,
find a way
I see
to,
what you're doing
for
there. Me,
example,
I'm looking forward to every
yeah,
weekend because I don't know what you're talking about. And I feel another thing we
I
should
don't.
do too, as this hustler thing is, if you have Oga that used to press your neck, while like when you go to work on Monday, give him knock on his head. Tell him that he shouldn't do
No,
that no more. But you
don't
not
do
have a
that.
job, oh. You not have a job after you do that. But say your
Well, it
mind.
depends, depends on where you work. It depends on where you work. If you work, for example, let's say people that enjoy content creation, content creators, if they work with, let's say, a YouTuber and they're like co-hosts in the YouTube, being in the whole video channel stuff, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like co-hosts, there's no weekend to them. Every day is just fun. Do you understand? Like, look at the guys at Mr. Beast's place now. Every day is just just
You
fun.
get
It's
you
just
can make a whole lot of money from it because they just
yeah,
basically
their work
explain what
their work is just the life. The life they are living is the work they are doing. So there's no segmentation within work and life. And some people need to just find out a way to like make sure their personal goals and how will I call it? Their personal goals support the life they want to live, not that they'll be fighting against the personal goal. Like I don't know if you understand. Like if you work if you want to be a let's say you want to be a machine learning engineer one day in future, then you should have a way to structure your life so that it helps you get there. And the people that surround you are people that also like enjoy that thing. You
yeah,
understand?
so true, so
There'll be no
true.
need to
It makes me
balance. Yeah, there'll
relate
be no
to
need to
what
balance
you were
anything.
saying. It makes me relate to what you were saying. I think you posted in your WhatsApp status where you said, when you choose to do something in life, life kind of aligns you with those things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Just create
when you
it creates
say, oh, I want to,
a community
be
for
a
it.
writer, you just start seeing people little write-ups on your Instagram, your FYP on TikTok, Snapchat. You just
Mm-hmm.
see those things and then you're like, okay, maybe I can do this or do that. So life may not necessarily give you lemons to make lemonade, but if you choose to actually drink a cool lemonade, life actually makes the process for you. Like it gives you a process to follow for you to actually make that lemonade. Life doesn't give lemon.
Yeah, and technically, I found out that like a lemon is not, it doesn't occur naturally, It's
Do
not
you
a
get so
natural food.
what are we even
It's
talking
like,
about?
exactly. So, life never gave us lemons. We just made it by ourselves. It's a
Exactly.
crossbreeding of
So
orange
if
and
if
citrus.
if we can crossbreed to produce lemon, then why can't we just crossbreed like in our individual lives and just make it something
Exactly.
that turns out to
Exactly.
be
That's like
us?
the whole point. You are not supposed to be balancing anything. You are just supposed to have one life. The relationship should be one, work should be one, friends should be one,
Yeah.
everything should just be one life. People should see work. People should see work as like as a part of life. Like sleeping is a part of life, eating is a part of life, working is a part of life, loving is a part of life,
And
music is a part of life.
necessities of life. You cannot
Yeah.
just but do them. It's something you would always do.
Mhm. So I don't know. Like the whole also culture it's people always want to be seen as grinding. We always want to be grinding or doing something. But we all
Locking.
need to be
This year we said we're locking in.
yeah, the lock in, everybody wants to lock in. So it has made it a lot what is the word now? It has made it has improved or increased the pressure on a lot of people. Everybody wants to lock in now. So if they feel if they are not locking in, they are
You feel
wasting
you're
their life. So,
unachieving. And that just brings me to
yeah.
another thing that comes to my mind. How about we just take time to appreciate the little things that we do? I know that they say comparison is the thief of joy. If you go on Instagram,
Mhm.
comparison will thief your joy. It will thief it in the largest extent. So I just feel like
Yeah.
in this particular paradox, like those little things that you do, those little things that today you wake up and you write a script. Tomorrow you take a picture of your face, you put together a vlog, one like you just take it upon yourself and just say, I'm grateful for me. I'm grateful for this small thing that I did. Just buy yourself small biscuit and you don't need to take yourself to 5 star hotel. Just
Mhm.
coffee orange and
Yeah.
it's okay for yourself. I just feel like we should learn
Exactly.
to be more appreciative of those things that we do for ourselves and not try to compare ourselves with people. It is hard. It is really, really hard. Speaking from experience and you understand, it's really hard, when you're seeing your mate or someone lesser than you already making like 10 billion naira or 10 million, and then you're struggling to have 2K in your account. But the point is life is a process. Everybody's walking this thing called life, but we're not walking it in the same pattern or even in the same path. We're different
Yeah.
people, different lives, with different interests, with different gifts, with different talents. And it
People
just
just
seems
find what's work for them.
yeah, and we should learn to remove pressure from ourselves, unnecessary pressure. Sometimes pressure is good, it makes you sit up, but unnecessary pressure. My friend just made 1 million naira. Am I a stick? How will I do this? Do this? Bro, calm down, dear, dear. Life is turn by turn. You also reach
Yeah,
there. You reach
but
there.
it won't get your turn if you don't. Well, if you
It
don't.
will not get to your turn if you don't hustle. But this thing of
Yeah.
over killing yourself, like Monday to Friday, you're in front of a system. Out of 24 hours in a day, 22, you are in front, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, where are you
I,
having the time to enjoy? But I
yes.
did not say you should not follow your passion. I did not say you should not work. Oh, please do, but just take it as this is life. It's just me living life, and this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. There is
If you are
nothing
doing the right thing,
understanding that.
yeah, I think if you're doing the right thing, if you have the right structure, you won't need to be on in front of your system 20 hours a day or 20 or 16 hours a day actually. You don't if you have the right
But if
structure.
I would like to carry out a survey and ask people how many hours do they spend in front of their phones, their laptops and something, my dear, you can see people that spend the whole day. Oh. You'll be
Yeah. People
surprised.
like
Yeah,
people
people
like
that
me. But then
do
they are
actually. But in your case, you love what you do. You every week you're bringing something new. Every week you're bringing something that if it goes out, it's going to help the whole world or something like that. But you still learn to take breaks. You still learn to have fun. If somebody is reading your status, if you post 10 things, four is work, three is
yeah.
is our wife. I will
I,
not say our wife. What's the one
I
three?
think
Six is
I,
our wife. Then inside the six, the one that is now remaining is just let us catch cruise and drag tables and let us
yeah.
speak of life in the reality of it, the objectivity of life in itself. And that's just like a perfect balance to how life is actually supposed to be. You're supposed to know bits and pieces of everything here, there, and just live because eh, imagine having to
Yeah.
sit in front of your system and eat once a day.
I cannot do that. Even there was a time, mostly 2021, I used to grind like a dog, like 247. I'm in front of my system. The only thing I do is like eat, eat and work, eat and work, eat and work, finish. That's all I do every day in 2021. Then over time, I just realized like, what am I doing? Eat and work, eat and work.
Is this
So
written?
I yeah, 2024, 20 from 2024, I decided to like change the whole system a bit for myself, and I started to focus more on just living life and doing things that I find interesting. And I made more money, I made more impact, I made more, got more resources than I've ever done before because I began to enjoy my work. When you enjoy the thing you do, when you actually enjoy it, you learn what you need to learn and you make the impact you need to make. You become more competent actually. If you
Yeah.
see the best yeah, if you see the best students in a let's say in a class in the department, they're the ones that actually enjoy what they are studying. Not if you see that yeah, if you see the best people in the world at anything, they're the ones that enjoy it to the extent that it became part of them. They breathe, sleep, and wake up to it to the extent that it doesn't even feel like work. For example, now to me now, I like to just be on my laptop building landing pages, building websites and stuff. So if to me it feels like play, it feels like it's a hobby to me. But if I give it to someone else to do that thing, it will feel like hard work, a lot
Job,
of
trial job.
stress. Yeah, so people need to just find what exactly works for them and live their life based on that. That's just what I think people should do. Because the paradox is like the reason for the paradox is like people want to divide between time for life and time for puzzle.
Yeah, and
But in
then
reality,
failing
it needs
miserably
to be one track.
at one of them or sometimes the two.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So I think, well, eventually everybody will find out that everything is not just about money because there's this particular tweet I always go to. Like every month, I go back to that tweet. It's a tweet by an entrepreneur named Naval Ravikant. This tweet is a long thread on how to get rich without getting lucky. Yeah. So at the end of everything, it mentions so many tricks, so many strategies, so many things you need to do, so many tips, so many guides. Mention them. The thread is a very long thread. Then at the end of the thread, he said, when you finally get rich, you realize this is not what you're looking for in the first place. So that's like struck me like he's right. When you like
True,
when, so
true.
what you're looking for is just freedom, it's just a purpose, something to live for, something that makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
Everything else, yeah.
And then listeners, it's not like we're only saying this thing in form of business. I feel like in the generality of life, like this applies in
Yes.
all. I remember when I was much younger, I said I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a neurologist. like Benkasi. I was like into this whole nerves, the brain said,
Yeah,
um,
after reading this dance.
true, true, true. But aside that, I've always loved the concept of medicine. Yeah? Obviously, I didn't read medicine in university, but I'm still finding a way to, go into what I actually love. Like I know that if I choose to, go into food microbiology, I'm totally out of what I love personally. So if I'm going to do that, I'm
Yeah,
going to go into like the health sector of microbiology to be like, oh, is there a way I can merge this or something? So I just feel like
yeah,
just follow that thing you love passionately. Do it with all your heart, sorry, do it with all of your heart. Just put your mind, put the work in. But please take rest. I'm an advocate of life only happens once. If you want to sleep, sleep. Drop the phone and sleep. If you want to eat, eat. If you want to go out, go out. But just know that your time, you have 24 hours in a day, so allocate your time wisely. But if you still want
hmm
to sleep, when you wake up from sleep, if you feel sleepy, sleep back again. If you feel overwhelmed, go off. Nobody is going to fault you. Nobody is going to tell you that you sleep. Okay, African parents will tell you you sleep too much. No offense, they will do that.
yeah.
But eventually,
Real,
it's
real.
only you that know what is doing you. So if
They'll, they'll,
it's
they'll
the
say,
same
is this how you
way
want to sleep when you get married?
yeah, exactly. It's the same way when heartbreak catch you. You lie down on your bed and you'll be sleeping. You'll be crying. That the same
No
way.
motivation.
You don't know what
Yeah.
you're doing those things. So sometimes I tell people if you feel the need to cry, cry. If you feel that this is not working out for you, take time, take a step back, rest, rethink, re-strategize, think again, make plans. Try a lot of things. Don't just be head wired into this particular thing because you like a lot of people are into it. Feel Ask yourself this question: is this what I really want? Is this what I really do? If you're into giving in the communities, find ways, make researches on things that, and if it's not starting out, because no NGO started out like being on a very good note. None.
Yeah.
So you have to do this thing. So if it doesn't work out the first time, try again. If it doesn't work out the second time, you are allowed to fail. Young people, you are allowed to fail. Remember, you are allowed to fail. You're not allowed to be perfect in everything. Yes, you feel like, oh, when I stand and talk in front of people should, like what I'm saying. I should make sense. Sometimes you're going to say rubbish self that don't even make sense. In short, you
Real.
sound
Yeah.
intelligent, but it's rubbish. You're allowed to
Yeah.
fail. You're allowed to learn. You're allowed to sleep. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to eat. Do what works for you. Don't kill yourself. Life is one. Do you get?
Yeah. Yeah. And people need to understand that like success is very personal. It's not about what people define for you. It's not about the cars or the
True,
houses.
true.
Good things are nice, but success is basically achieving the goal you set. If somebody says, I want to become, maybe I want to graduate with a first class, and they achieve that goal, they have been successful at a certain point of their life. So it's just about whatever goal you set. If there's no goal, if there's no end goal, then there's no concept of success. People need to know what goal am I chasing. And when
Yeah,
you know the goal you're chasing, you understand the concept of what success means to you. So society should not dictate what our success. For some people, their success is just a small happy family. For some people, their success
that's
is having
something.
building school. For some people, their success is just to get a job. So success is just personal. Success is success,
Yeah, it's really
irrespective of
personalized. If what
irrespective
I
of how
want,
people see it.
I get it, and I'm good. That's why I would say
Yeah.
enjoy yourself. Appreciate your little effort.
Yes.
Appreciate your
Important.
big efforts too. Yes, big and little. Appreciate them a lot, a lot. You're doing great. Trust me. A lot of us are in the same place as you are. And we may not talk about it. We may not see it on our faces because we look good. Me, for one, I look good, like Black Beauty. You get my point. I don't know about Eniola though. Eniola, I don't know about him. But we're going through life through and through. That thing you feel, oh, because we look good, it's not showing on our faces. Somebody is battling health issues. Yours is just that your body is paining you. So, my dear,
Yeah.
everything you think you're going through, we are also going through it. It may just not be in the same
People,
way.
people should not be too uptight with life.
Yeah. Be open
If
minded
you're
to things.
yeah,
Be
if you're
happy.
hustling, just enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the grind, enjoy
Yeah.
everything
Don't let anybody
that's
talk you
comes
out
your
of
way.
your enjoyment though. If you like staying alone,
Mm-hmm.
stay alone. If they say you need people and you like be alone.
Yeah, yeah,
Be
introverts. There's a reason. Yeah, you can actually be an introvert and succeed at things. There are many successful
true, true.
introverts. You can be an introvert, and you can be an extrovert and not actually succeed at anything. It's just do the most productive thing you can do and ensure that you're enjoying it. Because if you do something, if you achieve something, and at the end of it, you don't feel any form of fulfillment, it's a waste. Well,
Yeah,
except
yeah,
it has
that's
a
true.
positive impact on, except it has a positive impact on other people, then it's not a waste. But if it doesn't have any positive impact on them, or you don't feel any fulfillment, then you just waste your time. So
This
yeah,
life
that's
is
just it.
you. Think about you first. You first. You first.
So
Just
like, yeah, people should also invest in health, happiness, and like relationships. People should try and surround themselves with
it's advisable. Get your heart
good things.
broken. And mind you, if you don't get Valentine gift tomorrow, my dear, buy for yourself. Or stay in your house. Or go on social media. Nobody cares. I find this is so funny. I'm sorry. Because me, I know I will not get. So I'm not even killing myself if I get. If I don't get,
Yeah,
you know what? I'm still gonna be me. So don't
that's
pressure
true.
yourself. Don't kill yourself. You are don't worry, I love you guys. I love you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it actually. So we've come to the end of today's session. That's the Hustler's Paradox. And today's session on the Hustler and Grind podcast. And I remain Eniola, and this is Ezinne. I hope you guys enjoyed this one because we have
Thank you
other
so much
topics
for
to discuss. You
listening.
can leave your comments. Yeah. You can leave your comments in the comment section, subscribe and like this channel.
Yeah,
And we have
please do
nice
follow us
topics.
on all our podcast channel. Do not forget to
Yeah.
like, to subscribe, to drop a comment. Follow us on Instagram at underscore HiveMind HQ, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please, love you
Yes.
guys. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's
Yeah.
Day to the lovers and the couples. To the single ones, we love ourselves. We don't care. We're loved. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Yeah.
guys,
That's it.
bye. See you guys next time. Peace out.